Hello all, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you all so much for coming back and supporting me. I know that sometimes my videos take a little while or not. Please forgive the hair. I don't know what to do with it anymore. It's just all over the place, and pray for me, y'all. I'm just like, it's growing. I think I'm gonna have to get some braids or something like cornrows or whatever, because the hair is doing a lot right now. And if I push it like I just did, it flattens, and I don't know what to do with the hair. But anyway, thank you for coming back to my channel. This is The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 11, Episode 16, Threats and Promises. I had to look at the title to my left on the phone. Thank you all so much for being here. Please like, comment, subscribe, and please just let me know what you think about this video. Please share this video. Give others the opportunity to learn a little something and to be here to see my review. So I appreciate y'all for being here, and let's go ahead and hop right on in. So we basically pick up where we left off, where Erica asks, she's kind of going off on Sutton, and then she asks Sutton, "Do you want to get sued?" And Sutton is like, "What? No." And she's basically claiming that what Sutton is saying could get her sued by Tom, because she's saying that Sutton is claiming that Tom's illnesses are not real. Now, what I will say is Sutton never claimed that his illnesses were not real and that he did not go through anything that he went through. She questioned Erica's telling of the story, because she said, one minute you said this, next minute you said that, now you're saying this. So which one makes, like, what makes sense? Like, is this, like, does this even make sense? But we see Cal and Dorit both kind of attempt to step in. Like, everyone is like, no, but Dorit is basically saying to Erica, like, why would you say that? Basically, like, no one wants to get sued. Why would you say that? And Cal is letting her know, like, this is what makes people question, do we need to get an attorney? Because look at what you just said. Do we want to get sued? Like, and it's Erica, what we see is she doesn't go off on Cal and Dorit like she does on Sutton. Not saying that she's afraid of them, but you could tell that she needs some friends somewhere. So she's trying to keep certain ones around. But she really was going in on Sutton. She let Sutton have it, and Kathy basically tells Erica to calm down. Just like, calm it down. And what Erica does, even though she straightens herself up a little bit, she goes still back to Sutton and basically lets Sutton know this is not a threat, it's a promise type of deal. And that's a problem. So you're telling me that you want to tell me all your business and the business don't make sense, and then you want to go off on me and tell me that I'm gonna get sued? Because, like, how that works, Sway, like, it's a mess. And we sit here and we see Crystal agreeing with Erica, kind of like, hey, I don't blame you. If it was me, I would have done the same thing. Like, look, this, and Lisa Reno, of course, she runs over there like always. This is what I'm gonna say. Sutton, I appreciate your approach. I appreciate what you have to say, but recognize you cannot say certain things in front of certain people a particular type of way, because in this group of women, the way that you convey a message to them is how they want to convey to the other person. They cannot understand or recognize that the message is the same. It's just the delivery is different. Now, I'm gonna tell you this: you try to give Erica some grace by talking with her privately and not in front of everybody. Just like you talked about that stuff to Cal privately, but Cal felt like it needed to be discussed in the same language and manner as you did in front of everyone else. So it's that kind of thing. And Sudden, I get that you are in your feelings, homegirl. You can't be just running off crying all the time. Don't get it wrong. I know you have a reputation, you have a brand, and that you probably don't deal with conflict in the same way. But let's just try to rein that on in. But it's funny, you all. I was reading some stuff in psychodynamic therapy, and Erica crossed my mind. I literally was reading Adler's individual psychology about inferiority feelings and how a person strives for superiority, style of life, and social interests. And it made me think about Erica. So what I mean is inferiority. So being inferior, feeling less than, develops during childhood as the result of real or perceived. So like what you think, biological, social, or psychological weakness. And while like a person striving for superiority is an inherent tendency, so they're constantly working towards a perfect completion. So trying to be perfect. And like, so the way that a person chooses to basically compensate for their inferiority is to achieve superiority. And it determines their lifestyle, their style of life, which basically brings together the different aspects of their personality, all types of their personality. So we know Erica has like Erica Jane, Erica Girardi, Erica as a child, Erica with her friends, all these personalities. So a healthy style of life. So with Adler, he had healthy style of life versus a mistaken style of life. And the healthy style is marked by whenever you have goals that reflect optimism, confidence, and concern about the welfare of others, and of others. That would be how a person would show empathy for the victims of the alleged charges that went down, right? That's whenever you're showing confidence right there. Like, I know I wasn't a part of this, so I didn't do this. However, I'm optimistic that everything's going to work out in my favor because I have my ducks in a row. And I just want to say that my true concern is for the victims because they're the ones who were hurt in this situation. I benefited from their hurt potentially, or I potentially benefited from their hurt. And if I did, I want to make sure that I find a way to help in any way that I can to ensure that they get what they want. That's a healthy style of life. Mistaken style reflects self-centeredness, competitiveness, and striving for personal power. So the mistaken style of life is characterized by maladaptive attempts to compensate for feelings of inferiority. And they have a preoccupation with personal power and the lack of social interest. So this is it's about me. Have you seen my life? Look at me. Look at me. I am destroyed right now. Why would I want to do this? But at the same time, I want to compete and get as angry as I can with everybody else because you ain't going to do this to me, right? Striving for the personal power. It's me. I'm the center. Whenever you hear this explanation, tell me if that sounds to you like a correct description. Now, if it's wrong, please let me know in the comment section that, hey, I don't see that. But if you can see what I'm saying, let me know if you can see what I'm saying. I'm just saying like, that definitely crossed my mind. But anyway, so we leave from that and we see Lisa Rinna and Garcelle meet up. Lisa Rinna goes to Garcelle's home. And they're kind of discussing the night and how it was basically exhausted and all that was going on, yada, yada, yada. Lisa Rinna claims that she was so drunk that she don't remember anything. She wasn't that drunk. She was not that drunk. But okay. Garcelle tells Lisa how she feels that it's basically a clicked group, like it's her, Sutton, and like Garcelle, Sutton, and Crystal on one side, and Lisa and everybody else on the other. Lisa, Cal, Erica, Dorit. I guess maybe Kathy, we can add her in now. Lisa doesn't see that, but I see that. Look at what happens when anything goes down. So Garcelle brings up like, well, look at what happened in La Quinta. As soon as I mistakenly said that, when I said that question or whatever, when I said the comment, and Erica got upset, you immediately took her side. You didn't even give me any consideration, which is true. Look at what happened at the house, at Dorit's house. There was no consideration for anybody else. There was no thought process. And here goes Lisa. Well, if we're going to go tit for tat, you said thank you in the moment for your birthday, but you didn't say thank you after. You wanted more of Harry's sauce, and we brought it to you, and you said thank you in the moment, but you didn't say thank you when we left to let us know how good it was. That is literally, you're scraping the bottom of the barrel because you have nothing to give. You literally have nothing, and you have nothing because you're wrong. Lisa knows that she clicks up. She knows that. She knows it. Garcelle, you didn't even have to explain that to her. She knows. And the thing is, the reason she want to rub that barrel at the bottom is because she has nothing else to throw. She ain't got nothing to give. It was literally a waste of time, and it was stupid. Um, we see Sutton and Cal, they meet up at an auction thing. These people just like spending money. Again, I have student loans. If y'all just want to throw some money at a charity case, I'll be that charity case. Early notice. Um, so they talk about the night, and Sutton basically tells Cal what she felt from the party. I'm telling her the truth. I'm talking to her about it. You want me to discuss it in the way you want me to. And Cal's like, but you at the house, you was so like this, but there you've been so sweet. And that's what I mean. Like, look, just because I'm with my homegirl and I'm expressing that emotion, like, oh, I just want to, oh, But whenever I get in front of the person, not saying that I'm finna go in there like, "Roar," but I'm gonna say, look, can I speak to you privately for a moment because there's something I want to discuss with you, and I want to make sure that I'm trying to keep down any altercation or issue. If that person tells me no, okay, cool, whatever, I tried, I'm gonna leave it there. Don't sit and badger me and get upset with me and get angry with me and try to throw me under the bus because you think I'm not, being honest. I'm being honest. I'm just not being honest in the way you want me to be honest. That's what it is. So it's a whole mess with that, and it's very much so like manipulation. I want to manipulate you and put you in a position to always be the fall person. That's not good and it's not fair because every single person there, except Lisa Renna, maybe Crystal, maybe. No, because Crystal said she talked to somebody too. Except Lisa Renna had something to say. Everybody, but y'all only putting it on Sutton, and that's not fair. But they discussed the difference between Sutton being serious about what she wants to say and blah, yada yada yada. And they start to kind of Sutton is like, I'm walking away from this. They having that moment. The staff is laughing. That would have been me. I'm the staff. I would have been laughing my butt off. Like, what they fussing about? This is stupid. It looks stupid. It probably is stupid. So that was hilarious. Excuse me. I truly believe that what's going on is that Cal and these other women outside of Garcelle, maybe Crystal, maybe, want Sutton to act in a way that's not her. If you can't accept a person for who they are, then take them out of your life. If you want this person to be drama filled and crazy, then let it be. But don't sit and say she's not being authentic because she's not saying things in a way that you want her to say it. And I think that's what's going on with these ladies. And Sutton lets Cal know, I think y'all scared of her. And I think that's what's really going on, which I agree with Sutton. I think they're really afraid of Erica. Truly. So then we see Dorit and PK getting together for date night. PK is like, look, I don't have time for all the dramatics and all the stuff, girl. Just bring the food out here. Let's eat and drink. Like, I'm tired. And Dorit is like, please wait. So they're trying to have date night and everything, and Dorit's talking about how she's want to have a lunch party for, I think that's her dresses, and she was talking about inviting all the girls. And then they talk about Erica, and PK checks Dorit on how Erica did not show support for the victims openly. And Dorit tried to say, oh, well, she did this one time at that party, which she really didn't. Saying that, yeah, the victims are the victims are truly the people. But at that same dinner, you was literally trying to make everything about you. Garcelle had to say something in order for you to pull it out yourselves about the people. So if Garcelle didn't say anything, I don't believe Erica would have thought of the people. So to be honest, on my end. But just think about how I described her earlier. I think I was on point. But I can't say what the stuff PK was saying was. I know what he was referring to. All I'm saying is he was calling a lot of things out, and he was using how he went to court for the 500 pound, which is equal to $1 billion bankruptcy suit and everything. So he kind of knows how this stuff works. And I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to really say much about it, but I'm just going to say PK was being honest in his feelings toward everything. So then we get to Garcelle's house, and she's hosting a Haitian dinner to introduce the girls to Haitian food, which I think is nice because they have to sit and, she's Americanized now, whatever, so she eats all this American cuisine and eat all the food they want to eat. And they are like, they can't eat certain things. Lisa Renna, you eat caviar, but you can't eat fish, girl. Okay, or you don't eat fish, whatever. They hosting this Haitian event. Dorit thinks that so Garcelle and Lisa Rinna comes first. Garcelle and Lisa was like making a bet who you think will come last. Garcelle said Dorit and Lisa said it was Kathy. I mean, Dorit, we have seen you arrive last to some events. I don't know how many. I'm trying to think about this season. On this season, I think it hasn't been that much, to be honest. I think this season you've been kind of more on point. Um, but they shared this with Dorit because Dorit ends up coming, I think, fourth. I think Crystal came then Dorit. And Dorit feels like it's a passive aggressive dig. Just like earlier, Lisa believes that what Garcelle said to Dorit is passive aggressive. I don't believe it's passive aggressive. If I say it to you, it's not passive aggressive. And if I say it to you, but other people say the same thing, how am I the only one making a dig? But okay. Um, Whatever. So they all come in, they're all just kind of chatting. We find out Kathy's not coming. She should have let Garcelle know. Like, that's classless to not do that. Kathy, you have class, you should know this, right? But anyway, they're eating the different cuisine. We find out that a pumpkin soup is served, and that basically it's a delicacy now because it takes longer to grow. So only the people in Haiti who are rich, probably who are rich, were the only ones who was able to have that soup. And so they're getting the Haitian tradition. They're getting lessons. They're learning. So I like that. I like that they're learning about the dishes. Dorit starts talking about food where she's from and how it comes with a lot of spices and all that stuff. And it went from her talking about food to how she met PK. Girl, how in the world? When I tell you, Dorit will tell you a story. So they playfully shut that down, which was good. And but the funny thing was, Kyle gave her the dig. Actually, since she want to say it's passive aggressive digs, Kyle gave her the dig, but she didn't say anything to Kyle. I guess she's tired of arguing with Kyle about it. But they have a lot of laughs at the dinner. It's fun. They're eating, just being merry. It was good. It wasn't a lot of alcohol served, which I think may be smart. I think a lot of other people need to take that and know, like, you know what, we gonna serve a light drink, something that's not gonna really get people messed up. You know what, my nights to start off at dinner, we'll have water and lemonade and all that, and then we'll have the drinks after. But so Garcelle brings up liking Cal's pants, the yellow gold Gucci pants or whatever. And Erica's like, from where? I don't remember seeing those pants. And Lisa was like, oh, because you weren't invited. So it could have easily been spent to, oh, we had dinner and I saw the pants. But that girl, you made the night awkward. You knew it was gonna turn awkward. But Erica, Lisa, and Dorit leaves at that point. And so Garcelle, Kyle, Crystal, and Sutton are sitting, and Kyle is trying to say, oh, trying to get Sutton and Erica to be cool and talk, and she tries to draw a correlation between saying that I think like saying things that one said that, darn, like you shouldn't wait a certain amount of time to say it to the person, and Garcelle called her out and was like, well, basically that's what you did to me. Like, even though we moved past something, let me help reframe a situation so you can understand. You and I had an issue, but you waited 6 months until we got in front of a bunch of people. She wants to handle it alone, like let it happen. You know what I'm saying? So I just the hypocrisy. But I will say that I agree with Crystal when she was basically saying, like, don't try to push people together who don't want to talk. They don't want to talk. They say they're done with each other. Erica done said it. Sutton done said it. Leave it alone. And I just think, to be honest, if we was in the real world with real people doing real things, there's no way in the world you'll be talking to somebody you don't like. If I don't like you, I don't like you. I can come into the same room with you and be cordial, though. I don't have to talk to you. I can say, hey, everybody, which is usually what I do. I come in, I'm like, hey, everybody, how y'all doing? Hi. Then you go sit your butt down where you go sit. You chat with who you go chat with. Eat, be merry. Maybe share a couple of laughs. Ha, 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 ha. And you out the door. Listen, the woman don't want to talk to her. She don't want to talk to the woman. Let it go. Leave it alone. Don't let them talk. Ugh, but you know what? You gotta make them talk to have the drama, right? So, but that was Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Thank y'all so much for listening. I hope y'all really like everything that I'm giving. Let me know if there's anything I need to change. So, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and put stuff in that hit the notification bell and put stuff in the comment section. Please share as well. It's good seeing you all, and I will see you next time. Toodles.